it's that short guy. Thank you for all the love and the support that I got in the Corvette video rebuild. I really was not expecting that many views, that many likes. I didn't expect that because on this rebuild, I did a summary video and I probably got 1,000 views, and I figured, you know, this one wouldn't garner that much attention, to be honest with you. So I think I've said it before, at least on the Facebook post in the C8 group. I didn't make a 10-part series like I did with the Cadillac. At the Cadillac, I have like 10 or 12 20-minute long videos of me putting the car together, but I just felt like those didn't get enough views and people probably got bored watching them. But now I'm thinking, in retrospect, maybe I should have done that for this car, because there's a lot of questions that people have, and they're probably wondering like what I did, why I did it. They're probably even wondering the story behind this car. And I'm just going to answer a few of those questions. I want to make price another video, just so we can talk about that. I know people are eager to know. To be honest with you, it's not a cheap car. The market's crazy right now, guys. Coronavirus ruined our market for a lot of things, but it wasn't cheap. But I'm still under MSRP, and if I could do it over again, I would still do it the way I did it, because there's no greater joy than working on a car that you're driving and rebuilding it, and it just looks like a piece of art there, you know? So without further ado, I'm going to get right into the questions. Okay, so what happened to this car? It was not the owner's fault. He did find me through Facebook, the C8 Facebook group, and I can confirm it was him because inside the car was his delivery address, his name, everything was on there. I picked up the car with 456 miles, and so according to him, he was driving the second day to pick it up from the Corvette Museum. And from my understanding is that the ground effects package, to see the high wing spoiler in the back, that doesn't come factory in the car. You have to buy that, and that's an added GM option. It's like $5,000. So anyway, he was going back, got that installed, and he was leaving. And as he was leaving, at a red light, passing through a stoplight, some lady ran a red light, and a Jeep Grand Cherokee and T-boned him right on the passenger side. So that's the story behind the car. Not his fault. I will post the picture price. You'll see it in a second. It's a fully loaded 3LT. The insurance company gave him two options. State Farm, to be exact. State Farm gave him two options. Either he waits, due to coronavirus, they told him. He got bad intel. He kept telling me he got bad intel because they told him, you wait 6 months to 1 year to get this car repaired, or we'll pay you fair market value, which they ended up paying him $110,000 on a $94,000 car. So I think that's great value. I think he still came out on top no matter what. So really, if you think about it, the car really wasn't going to be totaled because of the damages. I know a lot of people in the comments are saying, like, why was it damaged? Does it have structural damage? Oh, is the car off by a few millimeters? Is it going to fly off into the abyss when you drive it down the highway at 200 miles an hour or whatever? It's not. No, that's not the story. It's just due to this market and due to the supply and demand issue and the shortages on supply, they gave him an option. You either wait or we pay you out. And I think he did the right decision, because even when people were this car went to bid twice, okay? The first time it didn't even meet the reserve. The reserve was extraordinarily high. And the second time I was able to get it. So that's a little bit the backstory behind this car. All right, another common question was paint. What did I use to spray the car? I used a Fuji Spray Q5 Platinum, and I believe it's a dual stage, is that what they call it? Dual stage turbine sprayer? Anyway, it's the ones where you can adjust the dial knob, so it definitely puts out a lot more output than their base models. It's the top of the line model that Fuji Spray makes, but I would say this is probably not the best turbine sprayer on the market. I think I researched there's like cap spray, like Titan cap spray or something like that. But this definitely does a job. The paint is not a tri-coat paint like the Cadillac. The Cadillac was a tri-coat paint. That was more difficult to spray. A family friend of mine actually came to help me spray that car. We used a traditional compressor, and he used an Iwata gun. It was $1,000. The gun alone was $1,000. This gun is $300. Okay, so I used this, and I bought paint from Automotive Touch Up. It was already pre-reduced with a medium reducer, and basically the Corvette paint. This one's really easy to spray, because it's not like it's not a tri-coat. There's no metallics in it. It's just a single, I guess, do you call it a single? It's just you primer, then you do your base coat and your clear coat. Whereas that one, you do primer, you got to do base coat, then mid coat, and then clear coat. But within those, you got to do a letdown panel to see how much you got to spray, because you don't want to spray too much on to make the color difference. So that one was a little more complicated. The Corvette, torch red, not so complicated to spray. I saw some comments saying, yeah, I don't know how to spray. Yeah, I'm not a professional. Just to let you guys know, I've never worked in a body shop. One of the comments hit it nailed on. Yes, I learned this all from YouTube.
Hey guys, for those of you wondering about the paint match, here is a close-up. Right here where my finger is, that's the original panel, and here's this painted panel that I painted, okay? So you can see it's pretty close. I mean, as far as I can tell, it's a perfect match. The paint was from Automotive Touch-Up. It is the pre-reduced paint already. All you do is stick it in your gun, and you spray it on. It's not a very, torch red is not a complicated paint. It wasn't like the tri-coat on the ATS-V, so this one's easier, it's more forgiving. But yeah, there it is. That's the paint on the, that's just a comparison of the paint on the hood to the paint on this fender here that I painted. The bumper is original as well. Original, painted, the entire side was painted. And you can see that Automotive Touch-Up, like again I said, they did a good job in mixing the paint for me. If you notice on my paint booth, I added that vent, and you can see in another YouTube video that I installed AC in my garage, okay? So let me go to this other part. So you can see the condensers out here. So yes, my garage is climate controlled. So what I did was I cranked the mini split down, I opened the door of the garage, cranked the house AC down, and I used a blower that I also got off Amazon to force cold, dry air into the booth, because it's humid right now in Texas. I'm sweating already. It's hard to spray when it's high humidity. So I was trying to lower the humidity in that booth. And then you guys saw an exhaust that was filtered to reduce the amount of paint getting into the air. I didn't want to piss my neighbors off. So yeah, that's the booth that I made. It was semi-climate controlled. It worked out really well. I think the paint really laid on really well compared to how moist this air is right now outside. So yeah. All right, YouTube. This is what it looks like inside here with everything on. Got the extractor on, just doing a test run. Here's the air from the garage. It's climate controlled, really cold, icy cold. I turned the mini split in the garage, cranked it all the way down, cranked the house temperature all the way down, left the garage door, the door to the garage from the house open, so it feels really nice in here. Very cool. It has a nice breeze through it. I think it's gonna work really nicely. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to work. Hopefully it doesn't rain. If it does, well, we're just gonna make the best. I don't have much time to do this, so. Okay, I just got a big delivery of parts today. So here's just a quick clip of me just removing all the parts that came in from the Chevy dealership. I forgot to talk about this while I was shooting the video. I realized later on I was just editing this as one of the questions. So lead time, I got this car delivered to me on April the 23rd, and the car was officially finished June the 11th, 2021. Most of the parts came in within 7 to 8 days of ordering. At first, even the Chevy guy at the dealership, we weren't sure, simply due to the car, the part shortage and the shortage overall in the automotive industry. In fact, every industry out there is undergoing a huge shortage. But luckily, most parts came in within 7 to 8 days of ordering it. The longest part was the SDM card, guys. That's the airbag control module. That took 5 weeks to come in. It is also a restricted part, and according to them, they can only order it and their service department can install it. They won't just sell it to me directly, so I can install it and have them program it. But good news is that most parts came in on time. And then there were some parts that I got off eBay as well. So, if you can find a used part, it's probably going to ship to you faster anyway than a new part is. So, yeah. Like I said, there's a lot of cool content out there. I think you guys should really follow that YouTuber Rob Dam. He's got all the parts. He posted a video last week. He's got all the parts for his C8 in, and he's going to assemble it together. I think that's going to be a really exciting build. If you guys don't know, Judah's Garage, he did a rebuild. You probably should follow him. He had more extensive damage, I think, than this one. That's for sure. I think he had to rebuild the frame rails on the front, or he had to buy it from someone else. He put a lot of work into his car. There are other YouTubers that have pretty cool content out there. Goon Squad, you guys are wondering how, like, some of the things where I learned it from. One of my favorite guys, like I said before, is Blue Collar Kyle. He rebuilds for insurance companies, so he really does follow everything about the book. You have to, because I guess insurance is liable for the build, so they do everything about the book. So you learn a lot from him. So just a quick update, future plans. I really just want to enjoy this car. I'm gonna take it out to downtown Dallas tonight, tomorrow night with my wife. We're gonna eat at the mansion, have a nice little romantic dinner together. It's a cool car, it gets a lot of attention. I'm not gonna get rid of the car. I'm definitely keeping the car. The ATS-V, it's up for sale, but you know, the more, like, I really like the ATS-V because the fact that it's manual. I don't know how to explain it to you guys, but I really enjoy driving a manual car. When I got rid of my 04 CTS-V, that really hurt because, like, I really like that car. I truly, I don't know. I guess every enthusiast likes a manual car. The Corvette's great. It's awesome. I think the biggest thing is it's just the coolest looking car I've ever owned. I mean, I've never owned something like that before. But yeah, I don't know. If the Cadillac doesn't sell, I'm probably gonna keep it. And I'll just make more videos. I'll try to throw more content out there. To be honest with you, I never expected to get that many views. I didn't expect the channel to grow like that, and what happened, if you watch my videos, I really started off as a motorcycle channel. I mean, motorcycling is my passion still, it's my hobby. I'm a shorter guy, that's why my name is That Short Guy, but I try to inspire people to ride big adventure bikes. So motorcycling is definitely my passion. And I continue to, and I plan to do more trips and do more motorcycle vlogging and trips when I get more time. You know, my job has been insane. We've been so busy, and I haven't really had time to devote to getting out there and riding, and I really feel bad about that, and I really want to. But you know, now I got these toys, and so yeah, there's a lot definitely to be done, and I will keep you guys updated. And let's see how things go. So thanks.